Hi everyone, I'm going to guide you through an energizing flow. It'll last around 45 minutes and lots of back bending, a little bit of heart opening, and it'll be more dynamic to try and move some of the stagnant energy that we might have at the moment. So I'm going to use a block. Hopefully you've got one at home. If not, try and improvise with something that you can pop under your body or something that'll bring the earth a bit closer if you were to reach down for it. So taking it up and behind the shoulder blades to start, so just underneath the shoulder blades. And you can just sort of wiggle it around to get it comfortable. You can have it on the lowest height, or I like it on the second height, but that is quite strong. So just see how you're feeling and adjust as you need. And then coming all the way down, keep the knees bent, feet on the ground, and just wiggling around until you find that sweet spot. So we want to elevate the heart, but still being able to relax down somewhat onto the mat. So taking a few breaths when you first arrive here, perhaps you're taking the feet out wide, allowing the knees to fall in. And we'll start here with some breath work, some pranayama, an up-regulating breath. So it's a 3-part inhale, followed by a complete exhale with a pause at the top. So after your next exhale, we'll breathe in together, inhaling into belly for 1, and pause into the ribs for 2, and pause, and finally all the way up to the throat, the collarbones, for 3, holding the breath, and then exhale completely, release. So a few more rounds like that. Inhale 1, 2, and 3. Holding here. And exhale, release. And again, inhaling for 1, 2, and 3. And as you hold at the top, a slight tuck of the chin and drawing up and in of the pelvic floor. Exhale. Just one more round. Slow it down, inhale. And release. So from here, bring your feet underneath or more in towards hip distance. We're going to interlace the hands behind the head and start to take cat-cow motions with the upper body. So as you exhale, round, tuck the chin, lift up. And then inhale, open up, elbows go wide, head comes back down towards the mat. Exhale, round and tuck, squeezing elbows together. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round. Inhale, open up. Exhale, squeeze it in. 3 more like this time adding in hips. So as you inhale, same thing, open up. As you exhale, round, tuck, and lift the hips away from the mat. 2 more, inhale for 1. Exhale. And 2, last one. Exhale. Holding here for the count of 3. Keep lifting the hips for 2. Keep squeezing chin to chest for 1. And release. Awesome. So head comes back down. Just lifting up to release the block from underneath you. And then coming all the way down onto your back. Knees to chest. And just giving yourself a little squeeze. And a rock from side to side. So from here, one ankle crosses over the other, and just rocking and rolling up and down the spine. Go 2 or 3 times, just massaging into the whole back body. And eventually enough momentum to come all the way up and over into tabletop all fours. So from here, we're going to warm up slightly into the wrists. So toes are untucked, spreading all 10 fingertips and just taking some circles. It's almost like a cow shape in the upper body, so we're still rounding and pushing the earth away, gripping all 10 fingertips into the mat, and then opposite direction. So bring as much weight in towards the wrist as you can, but lifting through the palms and even between all the knuckle pads. Taking the hands out to the sides now, just rocking from side to side. Same thing, fingertips gripping. Cow position in the back. And then fingertips come all the way back round to face your knees. As you inhale, bend the elbows slightly, open the chest, cow pose. And then exhale, round and tuck the chin. One more like that, inhale, open up. And exhale, round, tuck, push the mat away. Nice. And then just come into a neutral spine. We're going to meet in a plank pose, top of a push-up. So take your hands to shoulder width distance, stepping one foot back and then the other. Bring your toes to touch so you can squeeze your heels, knees and inner thighs together. Tuck your pelvis under. Push the mat away with your hands so that you're not sinking into the shoulders here. Everything's resisting the earth. Triceps wrap back. We've got 2 more breaths. Look just forward of the fingertips. Keep breathing smooth and slow. Kick back through your heels and then softly set your knees down. Nice. Untuck your toes here. We're going to come through 3 rounds of chaturanga push-ups. Before you start to lower the body, can you lean forward so shoulders are further forward of the fingertips and your pelvis is tucking under. So going from here to here. Nice. As you exhale and lower only as far as halfway, maybe less. Elbows squeeze in and we go in one straight line. Inhale, push back up. 2 more like that. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, push. If you can't go halfway, that's fine. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push. And then coming all the way down. Take your fingertips out wide, elbows are high, chins tucked. Push down in the tops of the feet to lift your kneecaps and keep that engagement in the back body as you slowly lift the heart and chest up. Head's the last thing to lift. Exhale, melting back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, right shoulder comes down, looking over the left. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, left shoulder comes down. Inhale, back up for 1 more breath, pulling the chest and the heart through, tucking through the pelvis. And exhale, lower. Push through your hands, come back, take a rest in child's pose. And then cat pose, rounding on up, chin to chest, and finding a neutral spine. We'll come back to plank pose, so stepping both feet back. Shoulders are nice and spread along the back body. Again, pelvis is tucked under, gaze is forward, take a breath. And exhale, lower your knees. Nice, 3 more rounds. So chest, chin looks forward, shoulders over wrists, come forward and exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push. Exhale, release all the way down. Nice. So from here we're going to take the arms forward. Knife blade edge of the hand is down, so fingertips side and thumbs facing up. We're going to keep the feet grounded, so pushing down in the tops of the feet, kneecaps lift. Tuck the pelvis under, draw belly and navel in, and then lift up through the chest, look forward. As you exhale, elbows squeeze back. Inhale, find length. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, length. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Holding here for 5. Keep lifting for 4. 3. Keep squeezing shoulder blades together for 2. And 1, child's pose. Nice, taking a few breaths here. So for most of us, we're still building strength. There'll be an option to lower the knees during each Vinyasa flow. But if you'd like to come through a full chaturanga, we'll just go through the alignment for doing so. So coming back into plank pose. Toes are to touch at the back of the mat. Heels are squeezing. And before you lower, we're going to lean and look forward. So coming all the way up onto the toes so that the chest's forward of the fingertips and we lower in a straight line. As you inhale now, maybe coming up for baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Nice. So just giving yourself time here to pedal through the heels. Sway through the hips. Nice, just moving any way that feels good in your body, opening up. Just reconnecting here with Ujjayi breath. 2 more breaths. Nice, nice head shake, and we'll meet at the top of the mat. So just take your way slowly up to the top of the mat. Bring your feet to hip width distance. I'm going to slide hands up the shin for a halfway lift. Chins touch, shoulder blades squeeze down and back. And then exhale, fold and release. Hold on to opposite elbows. Bend your knees so that your belly is fully resting on your thighs. And then just a little sway from side to side as you release through the upper back, the shoulders, head and neck. And just pouring weight into the toes. So lifting from the inner hips, breathing here. 2 more breaths. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Rock your weight back into your heels, chin to chest, and just rounding all the way up to stand. Nice. As you arrive, open and reach both arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Nice, so we'll start to move a little faster now. Bring in toes to touch. Inhale for Urdhva reach up, maybe a slight back bend, chin tucked, and exhale, fold forward and down. Nice, Uttanasana, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, hands slide at the shins. Exhale, Kumbhakasana, step back, plank pose. Nice, so just taking a breath here to calibrate, inhale. And then exhale, lower your knees, come down halfway. Inhale for upward facing dog or baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take it back. Nice. From downward facing dog, as you inhale, lift the heels, bend your knees, walk or step to the top of the mat. Half lift, round your way up. Exhale, fold. Soft knees, rise up. Open and reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. And release, mountain pose. Moving back to down dog, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, hands plant. Stepping back, plank pose. Nice, so your choice here as you inhale, take a deep breath in, push through the hands. Exhale, either lowering halfway or dropping the knees and doing so. Inhale for your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, so we'll start to work into our flows now. We'll take the first one a little slower so that we can get familiar with where we're going, and then we'll start to build the pace a little on our second round. So as you inhale, right heel lifts up and back. Can you keep the toes facing down, inner thighs rolling up to the sky? Find length pushing through the hands. One more breath, inhale, lift higher, lift the left heel. Exhale, knee to chest, hips high, step forward. Crescent lunge. Left knee bends, rounding up through your spine and reach both arms up high. So making sure your feet are nice and wide here. As you reach the arms high, pinky fingers in, thumbs out. Inhale to lift and straighten through both legs, chest lifts. Exhale, cactus arms, slight back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend. One more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Nice, coming all the way back up to that crescent lunge, maybe lengthening the back leg slightly now. We're going to interlace the hands behind the back, ground through your back heel, keep the bend in the right knee, and start to squeeze shoulder blades back and down. Nice, from here take a deep inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, humble warrior, fold inside of that right knee. Forehead releases. So can you squeeze shoulder blades down and back to create space in the shoulders and neck rather than bunching up here, push down and away, then create a deeper fold. Keep squeezing right knee to right shoulder, right hip into midline. Keep deepening that bend in the right knee. And then slowly and softly, fist comes back towards the sacrum, and then left hand inside of right ankle, left heel lifts, coming into an easy twist variation. Right arm reaches high. Keep powerful and strong in the back leg here. We're going to replace the left hand with the right and ground again through that back heel. This time left arm reaches high. Again, right shoulder and right knee press together and create some resistance to come all the way up. Warrior Two. So in your Warrior Two, perhaps straightening and rebending that leg. Getting comfortable here for 5 breaths. So deep lunge into the right knee. Arms reach out in opposite directions. Gaze over right middle fingertip. Nice, so it's a strong pose. All the strength is coming from the legs here as they draw together and strengthen and lengthen. 2 more breaths. Nice, inhale, flip the front palm, reach up and back, reverse. Can you keep that bend in the right knee? Exhale, slowly come forward, side angle pose. Right forearm to thigh, left arm reaches high. Nice, keep twisting and lifting up and back in the chest. Slowly take it back, reverse your warrior. And then coming all the way forward, hands frame the right foot. From here, can you push into the hands to lift the hips? Try without scraping to squeeze knee to chest, and then send it all the way up and back. One-legged dog. Take an inhale here. Exhale, feet come to the mat. Inhale, ripple forward, plank pose. And then your variation of flow. Downward facing dog. We'll meet here. Take a breath. Staying as you are for 1 more breath. I'm going to rotate myself on the mat just to give you a better demonstration and visual for the second round. Inhale, left leg lifts. Again, toes facing down. Keep the hips in one straight line. Take another breath, find length. Exhale, knee to nose, look forward and step it through. Softness in the right knee, chin to chest, rolling up to stand. And then exhale, sinking in. As you inhale, lift tall. Exhale, cactus arms, back bend. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Nice. Again, coming back up. Interlace, see if you can take the opposite thumb on top. Squeeze shoulders back and down. Grounding through the right heel this time. Deep lunge in the left. Keep the hips facing forward and then start to slowly exalt inside of the left knee. Keep squeezing left hip in. Use the breath. 2 more breaths here. Nice, right hand down, right heel lifts, left arm reaches. And then the left hand replaces right, right heel grounds, opening up. Coming up, Warrior Two. It's just readjusting the feet if needed, and then sinking on it. Nice. So lifting inner arches of both feet. Gazes over that right middle finger, both arms are strong. Keep deepening into that left knee. Nice, keep growing tall from the crown of your head. 2 more breaths. Flip and reverse, reach up and back, keep that bend in the left knee. And then slowly come forward, side angle pose. Now see if you can take the weight out of this arm. It's there to support you and not hold your weight. And then reaching up and back, reverse your warrior. And finding your flow. Stepping back, So remembering at any point you can up or down level, or you can skip these flows altogether. If you're coming through, back bend, and downward facing dog. And just dropping your knees now, coming into child's pose. Taking a few breaths. If you can, rest your forehead on the mat, or if you want to put a block underneath your forehead to support you, go ahead. And then slowly chin to chest, round up and just sitting up on the shins, palms facing up. Gaze is jet soft and ahead, shoulders down and back. Perhaps even closing down the eyes, just sensing into any movement, energy shifts in the body. Nice, and we'll start to move through that flow a little faster. So coming into downward facing dog, taking a pedal, just getting yourself comfortable and back, familiar with this pose. And then inhale, right heel lifts up. Exhale, knee to nose, step forward. So it's one breath, one movement. Exhale, roll. Inhale, roll up to stand. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, interlace and lift, left heel grounds. Exhale, fold inside that right knee. Exhale. Inhale, left hand down, right arm reaches up. Exhale, right hand replaces left. Slowly come all the way up to warrior two, inhale. Exhale to sink in nice and deep. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, come forward, perhaps deepening now and reaching on up. Inhale, take it all the way back, exhale. Exhale, folding over the right leg, stepping back, downward facing dog. Straight away, lift up the left leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open up. Nice. Inhale, chest lifts, interlace, back heel grounds. Exhale, fold inside that left leg. Right hand down, left arm up, inhale. Left hand down, exhale. Come all the way up, warrior two, inhale. Exhale, sink on in. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, come forward, side angle pose. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, come forward. This time moving into your flow. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, down dog. One more round each side. Inhale, lift, right leg lifts. Exhale, step through. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, chest lifts, left heel grounds. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right arm reaches high. Exhale, switch. Inhale, stand up, warrior two. Exhale, deepen that lunge. Inhale, flip and reverse. Exhale, come forward, side angle pose. Inhale, up and back reach. Exhale, flow to down dog. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, step it through. Come up, crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, bend and open the chest. Inhale, ground the back foot, lift the chest. Exhale, fold inside that left leg. Inhale, left arm reaches up, back heel lifts. Exhale, left hand replaces right. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, warrior two, deep in that lunge. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, taking it to your flow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walking your hands now all the way to the back of the mat. We'll slide the hands underneath the feet, taking Anahatasana, walking the toes in towards the wrists and just lifting one toe at a time, massaging into the wrists, giving the hands a little bit of love, and then a half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. You can soften the knees any amount here. 3 breaths. Slowly release. And a halfway lift, hands slide at the shins. Exhale, release. From here, rock the weight back into the heels. We'll reach all the way up, opening the chest and the lip. And exhale, fold forward, downward facing dog. Make your way there. Nice, slight little pedal through the heels. And then softly bring the knees down to the mat. We'll come into Anahatasana, heart opening pose, or heart melting pose. So we'll come in from our tabletop position. There's a few different options here. You can either take a block and place it under the forehead. So we're coming down and taking the arms ahead, maybe starting to sink the heart and the chest through the shoulders. You might go without the block and bring the forehead to the mat, perhaps chin to the mat, looking forward. Or if you have lots of space here, take a hold of the outside edge of your mat and start to push it away in space. We're here for 3 breaths. Slow it down, inhale. Soft exhale. Last breath, inhale. And exhale, release. Nice. Draw your navel in towards your spine to protect your lower back. And then just slowly coming up once more into that kneeling seat. Palms facing up. Shoulders down and back. And just preparing for our final flowing sequence. So very similar to where we've already gone. With our Warrior 2 open chest sequence, we'll be adding in a standing balance or a standing balance sequence. They will be connected together, but just know that if you fall out at any time, take your time, take a breath and come back and meet us where you're at. So we'll start in downward facing dog. There'll be options here as well to up level or to modify, so just listening out for those cues and taking your personal preference and just listening to your body. Nice, inhale, right heel lifts up and back. This time we're going to bend the knee, yawn the face of your hip open. So really squeezing heel to glute, lifting up high. We're going to come from here, either staying here or coming to wild thing. So a safe way to come into this posture, if it's not something you're familiar with, is to bend the left knee and just step the right foot behind before re-straightening up through that left leg and opening the chest. If you have a slightly more advanced practice, you might start to take it nice and slow and lift up onto the left heel. Seeing if you can control that on the way down. You might even come all the way over into full wheel. 2 breaths wherever you are. Nice, slowly coming out. And we'll take right knee all the way to chest. And stepping through. Grounding through your left heel, we'll come all the way up to Warrior 2. Nice. So just making sure we've got a nice, stable, firm foundation. And then straighten through your right leg here. With your left leg, if you feel that you're quite spacious, So we're coming up to fine triangle pose. So you want your legs a little bit narrower than they would be in your warrior two. This left hip is turning forward and down, and then the chest nice and open to the side. Gaze is over right middle finger. As you inhale, take your heart forward, your hips back, and then start to tilt in the body to find this triangle shape. Rather than thinking about sinking down towards the mat, think more about left shoulder and left arm reaching up tall and lengthening through both sideways. You can use a block here, just placing it inside of that right ankle, and then taking 2 breaths. Keep twisting right lung up towards the sky, keep gazing up, keep grounding through both feet, right big toe mound, and then slowly look down towards that block. Take your left hand to your hip. We'll move towards half moon, seeing if you can step lightly rather than pushing off that back foot. You're almost dragging it towards you. As soon as it leaves the floor, flex into the foot and peel those left toes back towards your face. Start to lift up and open through that left shoulder, reaching the left arm up to the sky if you've got the balance, and perhaps bending into that left knee, taking a hold of the inside of the foot and opening here through the chest. Connecting with breath wherever you are. All of these are just options and add-ons. Feel free to stay in your shape. Beautiful. From here, transitioning into a standing balance. If you need to place both feet down, go ahead. Otherwise, bending into the right knee to take off from the right hand, coming all the way up. Right arm lifts, taking a hold now of that ankle and kicking back into that ankle to find dancer's pose. Chest lifts, gaze lifts, breathing here, and then slowly coming down. Both hands to the mat, standing splits. Swivel the hips so that they're directly facing forward, both in one line, and then inhale, leg goes high. Exhale, Shiva squat, left knee to right calf, toe taps the mat. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, left knee to right calf. One more time. Inhale, take it up. This time, bring that left knee all the way outside of the right foot. And this right foot, we're going to drag it back to find a seated position. So take your heels, or ankles, sorry, out nice and wide. And we're sitting between the ankles, but most of you might need to take a block for this one and place it underneath the hips. That'll just give you a bit more space. If you're finding here it's really uncomfortable, then just straighten your bottom leg long. So we'll start with a twist, reaching both arms high, lift up. Exhale, left hand outside of right knee, lifting to twist. And exhale, gaze over right shoulder. So just trying to switch off a little bit or relax through the hips as much as possible. Take another breath. Exhale to stay. And then slowly make your way forward. You can stay here, lifting up, breathing, or start to fold forward over the right knee. Maybe head comes to a block. Maybe chucking that chin over the right knee. And just breathing here for 3 breaths. Beautiful, slowly chin to chest, round up. And you can stay straight on your mat. I'm going to turn around just so that the demonstration works better for you guys. So coming into downward facing dog. Little pedal of the heels, little sway of the hips. And we'll go left side. Left heel lifts up and back. Bend your knee, yawn the face of the hip open. Squeeze left heel to left glute. Keep pushing, keep lifting the hips high. And then slowly transitioning to wild thing. So again, same option as before, you might be bending into that right knee, opening up, 2 breaths here. Keep pushing into the right hand, keep pushing into the feet, keep lifting the chest through the arms, and slowly coming round, left knee to chest, and stepping through. Open your way up to warrior two. Exhale to sink deep. And then slowly coming up. Again, possibly bringing that right leg in closer for a more stable triangle pose. So right hip this time will come slightly forward, arms reach out wide. Take an inhale breath, hips back, heart forward, and finding that tilt. Again, using a block here if you did so on the other side. This time it's left rib cage that twists under and up towards the sky. Right fingertips that lift you up, find length. Left big toe mounds grounding down. Slowly right hand comes to hip, and that nice smooth transition with a block into half moon pose. Beautiful. Right shoulder comes back. Maybe right fingertips flow. Find your edge and breathe that. Maybe you're taking Shavasana. If so, kicking foot into hand, finding back bend. Beautiful. Transitioning to dancer's pose. Remember, you can bring both feet to the mat between these postures if needed. Hips face forward, left arm reaches, and right foot kicks. We'll come down towards standing splits. Take your time. These transitions are what makes us stronger and builds stabilizers in our body. Right leg lengthens, inhale. Shiva squat, exhale, right knee to left calf. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, and this time sit. So you can stay facing forward on your mat. I'm turning to the side just to give you a better visual of this posture. So left knee's on top this time, sitting between the heels, maybe sitting up on a block, maybe lengthening the right leg long. Once you've arrived, inhale to lift. Exhale to twist to your left. Right hand outside of left shin, inhale, lift, ground down through your sitting bones to grow tall. And then exhale, navel to spine to squeeze and twist. 2 more. Use the breath. Beautiful. And then coming forward gently towards your forward fold. 3 smooth breaths here. Nice, chin to chest, round up. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Beautiful. From here, coming into a forward fold. So feet come forward, hands come back. Again, I'm going to come sideways just for the demonstration, but you can stay facing the front. Take your feet nice and wide. Interlace your hands behind the sacrum, and then just shrugging the shoulders down and back. Circular motions. Elbows can be straight or bent, and then lift the fists up and away and slowly fall forward and down. Bend into the knees. Weight moves forwards. Shoulders are down and away from the ears. And just using the breath here to tease your way open. Maybe bending into one knee and then straightening the other. Hands are overhead. Beautiful. Slowly, hands come back to sacrum. Release the arms down to the mat. Catch opposite elbows for a gentle swing. And then we'll slowly start to bring the feet back together. Soft knees, rise up. Open and reach up one last time. And hands come to heart center. Beautiful. So we'll meet in the center of the mat, where I am, facing towards your side, and then inhale to come up onto the tippy toes. Reach both hands tall. See if you can even lift the gaze. It's an extra challenge for the balance. Hands come into heart center. Gaze comes down with the hands. See if you can keep squeezing heels in towards one another for stability. And then we're going to sit down for the count of 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels meet the mat, glutes meet the mat, and then taking the legs out nice and wide. So you can sit up on a block here, just placing it under the sitting bones. That's really good for any tight hamstrings or any rounding in the lower spine. And we're going to move through a sequence one way and then the other, just creating more space to fold into. Inhale, lift. We'll start with a twist to the right, and then slowly gaze towards your right leg. Fingertips frame the knee or the shin. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Slide that right elbow inside the right knee. Left arm reaches back, up and over. And then slowly fold inside the right leg. And we're just creeping the fingertips nice and deep all the way around. Flex the toes, pull them back towards the face. Left elbow inside of left knee. Reach the right arm up and over. Beautiful. Lift up to twist to face that left knee. Fingertips frame and fold. Finishing with a twist. Rounding up, reaching up, twisting left. Beautiful. Same thing, opposite side. Fingertips plant, lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Left elbow inside. Right arm reaches up and over. Start to creep your way around. See if there's a little more space to fold into this time. Keep breathing. Right elbow inside of right knee. Left arm reaches up and over. Reach all the way up. Grow tall. Twist right. And coming down for a forward fold. So here you might want to use some of your props, a block, a bolster, anything to hug onto or hold onto. Something underneath your forehead, any height, if you have the space, just sinking on in. 5 breaths here. Focusing on slowing down the exhale, calming the nervous system with that wave or oceanic-like breath. Last breath. Chin to chest, round your way up. Beautiful. Coming all the way back forward on your mat. Feel free to use your hands. It can be a little bit stiff after being there for some time. And then just make sure your block is by your side. We'll come down together. So holding onto the knees, lifting the chest. Inhale. Exhale, reach the arms and round the spine for 10. 9, ground through the toes. 8, ground through the heels. 7, 6, keep grounding. 5, pull navel to spine. 4, 3, 2, and 1, release. Beautiful, knees to chest. Little rock from side to side. We'll come through a few rounds of flowing bridge, and then an option to stay or progress or restore. So from here, hands plant on the mat, feet are hip width distance. Head and neck is in one straight line, and then inhaling to ripple the chest through the hips and eventually the chest up off the mat. Another breath at the top. Exhale, release. 2 more rounds like that. Inhale, ripple up. Staying here. 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Nice, keep squeezing in the thighs together. 1 more round. Last breath in here, inhale. Exhale, option to hold or interlace hands underneath the spine. We've got 3 breaths. Option to take the block underneath the hips, or option to come into full wheel if you have that in your practice. 1 breath here. Exhale. And 2, inhale. Slow it down, exhale. Slow down that exhale. And 3, inhale. Exhale. Beautiful, lifting the hips up. We're going to come into an inversion, so option to take the block now on its lowest height. Feet will go straight up to the sky for Viparita Karani, or option to come into shoulder stand. If you're in Viparita Karani, take the palms facing up and just resting in here, letting the legs be quite relaxed, softness into the knees. If you're coming into shoulder stand, just taking care to keep your head and neck in one straight line. We're going to lift the hips up, take support with the hands. You want to walk your hands as high up the back as you can, bringing the elbows nice and tightly tucking in towards one another. Once you've got the toes lifted, notice if you can push them forward and away from the back of the room, and your hips towards the back of the room to find that beautiful, nice, long, straight line in the body. 2 more breaths here. And slowly taking the feet overhead. If you're in plow pose, if you're in Viparita Karani and would like to come towards plow or halasana, then lifting and rocking your hips up and back and joining in here. Toes don't need to reach the mat, legs don't need to be straight, we're just taking everything up and over for a deep spinal flexion. Should feel really nice after all of that back bending and heart opening. Beautiful. Slowly roll your way out. Take your time here and remove the block if it was supporting the back body. Nice. We'll finish with a twist before we come into final rest. So feet to the mat. Cross your right ankle over your left. And then lift the hips and shift them to the right side of the mat so that your knees can fall to the left with lots of space for the spine. From here, take the arms out wide, or left hand to right knee. Right hand reaches down for your left ankle or the foot as you kick it back in space to create a really deep twist. Keep grounding through left shoulder on each exhale, right shoulder on each exhale. And slowly releasing, coming back through center, little squeeze in of the knees, a little release through the back, and then opposite side, so it'll be left foot crosses over right, hips are going to go off to your left and knees fall to your right. So again, same variations of last time. This time it would be right hand to left knee, left hand to right foot. Exhales to ground into left shoulder. Last breath here. Coming back through center. Giving your knees a little squeeze. Little rock from side to side. Tuck your chin. See if you can squeeze everything into a tight ball. Resist the mat, lift away. And exhale, unfold. Final rest. Shavasana. Take your feet out wide. Allow your feet to flop out. Push into the back of the head to lift your shoulders. Squeeze them gently together. And then replace them down on the mat. Just a little rock from side to side of the head and neck. Let everything go. And give yourself some time to switch off. And for your muscles to absorb the work. The energy to start to settle in the body. Just feeling that beautiful movement that we've created in the subtle body. We'll take 3 rounds of pranayama together. So similar to when we started class, but it's the opposite breath. So this time down regulating. It's a complete inhale followed by a 3-part exhale. So we'll go together, inhale, fill up. And exhale for 1, pause, and 2, pause, and 3. Nice, inhale completely. Exhale 1, 2, and 3. Be nice and gentle here, last round. Inhale. Exhale 1, and 2, and 3. Please start to find a slightly deeper breath once more. Filling up belly, ribs and chest. Exhaling softness. Inviting more prana and life into the body. And then starting to wiggle gently into fingers and toes. Reawaken the physical body. And eventually reaching both arms up overhead, taking a stretch before rolling softly onto one side. Keep your eyes closed down as you do so. Just bending the knees in towards your chest. Get comfortable here for a breath. And we'll slowly push up into a seat. Drawing hands into heart center, closing down your eyes, pressing the thumbs against the heart space. And we'll bow to ourselves and one another as we say namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you enjoyed the class, and there will hopefully be many more to come. Stay safe and stay